welcome to another episode of Pages and Potions podcast, where we dive deep into delicious drinks and give you our hot takes, craziest theories, and fun reviews of some of our favorite books. We are your hosts, Devin and Courtney, and thank you so much for joining us during what we hope is your happy hour and escape from the 9 to 5. Before we dive in, we thought it was important to remind you that this is a not safe for work podcast. We talk about explicit books using explicit language, so if that's not your cup of tea or you have littles around you right now, this might not be for you. This is also your one warning that this podcast will contain spoilers. If that's not for you either, now is your chance to bail and catch us once you've read the book. Okay? If you're still here, let's get into it. For this week's episode, we are talking about House of Beating Wings, which is book 1 in the Kingdom of Crows series by Olivia Wildenstein. Now, before we actually go into this beautiful synopsis that Courtney has given us, as tradition, we always talk about the drink that we're about to indulge in. So, today we have done a drink that is kind of embracing the Italian-inspired vibes of this book and the Shadow Daddy influences, with giving you our Terespagian Sunset, which is this gorgeous, red fabulousness. If you're watching, it's like a
Beautiful.
burgundy. It's really pretty. So in this beautiful, fantastic drink, we've got an ounce of Aperol, we've got an ounce of Creme de Cassis, which for those of you that don't know what that is, it is a blackberry liqueur. We've also got 1 ounce of orange juice. We've got a splash of sparkling water or Prosecco if you're feeling a little naughty. So you pour all of the beautiful things, the Aperol, Creme de Cassis, orange juice into a glass with ice, and then you top it with your soda or your Prosecco, garnish with an orange or blackberry, and enjoy. So I haven't actually tasted this yet. I think you said you did. Have you? I haven't tried mine yet. No?
Neither.
Okay, well.
No, I haven't.
Let's try it.
Mm-mm.
Let's cheers.
Okay, cheers.
Oh.
You are a magician, Devin.
This is so good.
Oh my God, it's so good. So I have the Prosecco in mine.
Yeah, and I have
and
sparkling.
it is delightful.
Yeah. I have an orange bubbly. It's not the brand bubbly, but it's just an orange flavored soda water just to add to that orange, and that is so good.
Oh. Also
tastes
quite dangerous. So, oh my God, I've never had Cassis before, or if I have, it's been in a drink, right? I've never just had it on its own, and I've never had Aperol before either. So this is all new to me. It's so good. Oh my God,
I'm a big
I can
fan.
have 15 of these right now.
Well, so Aperol Spritz is a very Italian inspired cocktail, which is normally Aperol and Prosecco, and I think there's a shot of another alcohol in there. I can't think of what it is off the top of my head, but it's usually Aperol and Prosecco for sure. So then I was like, well, that's very Italian. And as we get into the topic of this book, you will come to know that it is very Italian inspired based on names and just the overall vibes of the book. It's very Italian. So I was like, how do we incorporate that? But then also it's about crows, and crows are black and dark and mysterious. And I was like, okay, if we're sticking with orange, what would go well with orange? And I was like, well, blackberry and orange would be pretty good. So I was like, let's just mix some stuff together and see what happens. So this is how we ended up with this Terespagian Sunset. And Terespagia is actually the name of a place in the story. So, with all of that being said, I think it's super important now that you grace us with your absolutely fantastic synopsis that you have written for us today about House of Beating Wings. Book 1, Kingdom of Crows by
House
Olivia
of Beating
Wildenstein.
Wings.
Take it away.
So good. Oh my gosh, this
Take it
book is
away.
so great. But I don't want to stop drinking my drink. It's so good.
Okay, one more sip.
Yeah, one more sip. Okay. Oh my God.
Damn.
Okay. So our story opens in a place called Luce. Think Venice, but with fairies. And all the names and places and all of this stuff are very Italian sounding. So our main character, Fallon, is a halfling. So half fairy, half human, living a simple life with her mother and her grandmother. She works at a tavern. She slings beer for a living. It's all very quaint, right? Girls got a crush on a prince, don't we all? And a ride or die friend group. So her life is sounding pretty great. Turns out, though, Fallon's mom is practically comatose. When she birthed our fierce main character, Daddy Dearest was so pissed that she birthed a halfling that he cut off the tips of her fey ears, like they were pointed, now they're round. And we think the trauma of the birth and the ears situation left her in this state. Typical fucking boomer, not being open to all types of relationships. We did not love Daddy Dearest. So really, it's Fallon and Grandma against the world. But Grandma's kind of a bitch. So we know she kicked her good-for-nothing husband out of the house after he was an abusive dick to Fallon's mom. So that's good. Good riddance. Anyway, key to the story is that Fallon and Grandma go to the market one day years ago. Fallon somehow ends up yeeting herself into the canal. Remember, we're in Venice type situation. And these canals are full of man-eating serpents. All right. So turns out one of the serpents heals a cut that she has, doesn't kill her. And this makes people all over town think Fallon is super weird because the serpents didn't kill her. Why they think this is a bad thing is beyond me, but it kind of sounds like folks in this realm are a little scared of anything outside of the status quo. Mirrors present day. Anyway, fast forward to present day. Fallon's considered this weird serpent charmer by most, but gets all rebellious and hangs out with her friends one night, as we do. Then she meets this strange lady who's had a vision that Fallon will be queen. Remember, she's got a crush on the prince. And all she needs to do are free 5 iron crows. All right. So I don't know about you, but if some woman came up to me randomly and said they'd had a vision, I'd maybe pat them on the head and suggest they get some rest. Not our girl Fallon, though. No. She decides it's about damn time she had some adventure. And plus, she's already got a crush on Prince Dante. So why wouldn't she want to be his queen? So through a series of unfortunate events, our would-be queen causes some damage to a military boat and requires some fast cash. Good thing one of her ride-or-die friends comes from a filthy rich family that he doesn't like, so he takes Fallon to their vault to get some cash, and she sees one of these damn crows in the vault and realizes, oh, this shit's actually real. So she stows it away in her bag, gets home, pulls this obsidian stake from the iron crow, and it turns into a bird. Kidding. Turns into a real crow. So now Fallon realized that this crazy lady wasn't actually crazy after all and decides she's going to find all of these iron crows so she can end up as Prince Dipshit Dante's bride. Spoiler alert. So this is where our adventure begins, but not before our girl has the most disappointing sexual encounter with Dipshit Dante. The guy's name should be Chad. Really. He could not find the clit with a map and a neon sign. Just saying. Anyway, after this extremely disappointing first union, hardly befitting of a queen, our girl Fallon goes on the adventure of a lifetime to free these other crows. Because despite knowing how terrible Dante is in bed, she still wants to be his queen. Ladies, if a man cannot find it, you delete his number. You don't try and go on this epic quest to be his queen. All right? Okay. I'm just going to yada yada over the adventure bit. But as Fallon frees these additional crows, they all begin to morph together into the ultimate megazord named Morgott. Fallon and Morgott have some kind of mind-speaking situation going on. So the banter between them is it's beautiful. Fallon is really starting to come into herself. She's bantering with this crow in his head. And it's fantastic. It's so good. So right before Fallon finds the last crow, she figures out that Morgott actually means majesty. And she's been bantering with a fucking king this whole time. So eventually they get the last crow out of this noxious hole and we get our final form crow. This massive thing. Turns out he's a really fucking hot guy, by the way. So Not like the cartoon Beauty and the Beast, where we all preferred the Beast to the human guy, like, no, this guy's hot as shit in human form. He then calls to his people who are all under the ocean, and now there's lots of crows that can all turn into people. Anyway, I forgot to mention that dipshit Dante uses our girl Fallon to kill his own damn brother so he can become king. This guy is a walking red flag. Fallon is so disgusted with him by the end of the book. Thank God. She's like, I don't want to be your queen anymore, you piece of shit. So, and we all breathe a sigh of relief. May she have many orgasms with a future partners or partner. The story ends when all of the crows are happily back in their sky palace and trying to figure out what to do about dipshit Dante, and getting all their people back from behind these magical wards in a different part of the world. There's a bunch of crows behind this ward. So this book was amazing. And the second and third are just as good. Highly recommend. Go read it, enjoy it, and tell us how you like it. And that's it.
Damn. That was my first time hearing that synopsis, by the way, guys. That was beautiful, and dipshit Dante will forever be his name. Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. That was beautiful.
Such an ass.
Well done, my friend. Yeah, like as you said, this book was such a pleasant surprise. It was so refreshing to read this.
Yes.
Yeah, I think... This book was one of the books that was inspired by the reel or TikTok that we saw by a creator called Listen with Brit, and she basically recommended books that have like Rhysand vibes and books that have Xaden vibes. So this is the Rhysand vibes book that we chose. And neither of us had ever even heard of this book or heard of this author. Shout out to you, Olivia Wildenstein. This was such a great introduction to you as an author. I'm so excited to read some of your other work. This was just so good. And thanks to that creator, Listen with Brit, this was such a great recommendation. It was just... I think the first little bit when we were starting to read it, I was really thrown off by the Italian influence of it because I really didn't understand what she was trying to go for. And truthfully, I feel like such an idiot, but when I was reading about, like, she's in this world where there's canals and there's gondolas, me being from the mountains think a gondola is like a gondola that goes up the mountain. So when it's like, and then the gondola passed by her window, and I just envisioned this like trolley going up beside her window. I did not get the Italian reference to Venice until like probably like a third of the way through the book, and I was like, oh my god, I am such an idiot. Just like this gondola going past the windows. God. Yeah. So you're welcome. Enjoy that.
Let me lose it for a second here.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was, the Italian vibes finally clicked for me once I realized that. I was like, things make way more sense now. But it was just... Once the story really starts going, and she goes to a party in part of the human realms, I think it is, or where the halflings go. I can't remember what it's called, but she goes with her friends. It's the same night as this like ball that's happening at the castle, basically, or with the prince and the king, and it's this revelry that she didn't get invited to. She did get invited to, but she didn't get her invitation. So she ended up going to this party with her friends to the human realm or human area of her world, where she meets that crazy lady with the vision. And that's when it really just starts to go. And it's kind of just a nonstop ride. It's a nonstop ride. And you really see most of the realm in that first book.
Yeah, you do. And you see so much growth in her. Like at the beginning, she's kind of like, she's obviously been very sheltered, right? Like she's living with mom and Nona. And she's just got her little life, and she dreams of marrying her prince, don't we all? And all of that stuff. And by the end of it, she's total badass. And you don't get those vibes at first.
No, like she gives very much like naive ingenue, like just isn't really sure of her place. I mean, like There's literally a discussion between her and another lady that works at the tavern, which most people consider to be a brothel, by the way, that, like, she could literally sell her maidenhead, which is selling her virginity. Like, she's, like, quite naive, quite, like, cloth pulled over the eyes a little bit, thinking her world is, like, perfect and safe sort of thing. And then, like, I think the first realization for me was when Dante finally basically, like, convinces her, would be the best way to say, to have sex with him. And that's when I'm really like, oh, this is the beginning of her no longer, like, being that naive ingenue type, because it was so bad. It was so bad.
Oh, it was so bad. And she stands up for herself in that moment. Mm-hmm. Like, when he's doing things that she doesn't like and, like, that kind of stuff. Like, it's really that was well done. And, like, we had, you know, we've got this text chain, right? And we were back and forth, like, do we like Dante? I don't think we like Dante. He seems like kind of an ass, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, at that point, both of us are like, no. Okay, Chad. Like, let me give you a map, sir.
It's just a very selfish, self-centered lover, and not giving a shit about anybody else's needs, essentially. So for, like, her first time, that's got to be awful. But it definitely was, like, the wake-up moment. It was the wake-up moment. I want to know...
Totally.
How do you feel about Nona? I know you said that she's a bitch, but I'm so curious what your thoughts are.
Yeah. Like, she's a bitch, but then you learn, like, she kicked Dad out of the house, you know? Like, she kicked, well, I guess Fallon's grandfather, right? Her husband. She kicked him out of the house when he cut off the tips of Fallon's mother's ears. And so you're like, okay, so this woman obviously cares about her family, like, obviously, otherwise she wouldn't have kicked him out. She would have, you know, stayed with him or whatever. So, like, there's that side of her. She gives Fallon a, like, anti-pregnancy tea situation, like, without her knowledge, without her consent. So, like, there are things that she does that are horrible and awful, but I don't think she's a bad guy. I think she's just someone that is trying to do right by her family and, like, skate under the radar, because Grandpa, so her husband, who she kicked out of the house, is, like, a high-ranking military dude that works for Dante's brother, the king, in this book. Yeah. So I don't really know what to think of her. Like, I went back and forth as to, like, okay, she's kind of a badass because she's, you know, done all these things, like, kicked him out of the house and, you know, essentially raised Fallon on her own. She takes care of Mama, you know, she takes care of Mom, like, but then she does things that you're like, no, not a good idea.
No. Like, is she just overbearing,
you know?
Or
what do you
is there,
think?
like, an underlying, like, it's between, like, is she overbearing, or is she, like, more of an omniscient sort of character where, like, she sees and hears a lot more than we really realize, and that's why she does the things that she does. I don't know. It's hard to say, but I definitely agree that there were quite a few things where I was like, that's not okay. But again, like, living in that world that they live in, she had to do a lot to ensure that they had a good life, to ensure that they were okay.
Yep.
After she had to kick, you know, grandfather dearest out of the house. So I don't know. It's one of those gray area things.
Totally. Like, I don't know what to think about her character. And what about Fallon? Like, tell me your thoughts on Fallon as a character and her character growth and all of that throughout the book.
Yeah. I think when I first met Fallon, I kind of thought she was annoying. Because I was like, she's so naive, right? Like, you're just like, girlfriend. Like, she's not a child. She's like 25, I think. 24 in the first book. Like, she's, she's not a child. Yeah. She's not a child. So.
Or no, 22. I think.
22? Okay. She's not a kid. Like, she's not a
Yeah.
child, right? She's an adult. She's serving beer. She works in a tavern. She sees things that adults sees. Like, she's not naive to this, despite the fact that she's a virgin and all of that. So, in the beginning, I'm just kind of like, be so for real. Like, are you really, like, fed with that kind of version of a silver spoon? That, like, you're just kind of that naive and ignorant? But then as the story goes on, I think it was really smart of Olivia to write it this way, where, like, she is that naive because then her character growth is so earned and it is so worth it. Like, it's hard-earned character development. She goes through some shit. She has to really grow up quick within that first book of the story. And even in the next 2 books, she still continues to grow and become stronger and more powerful and in herself and who she is. But it just, I think that was a really smart move that Olivia did when she wrote her, is making her this kind of like young, naive kid, quote unquote, because her character growth was incredible.
Yeah, it really is. And when she starts out on this adventure, you are doubting her. You're like, I don't know if you can do this, girl. Like, I really don't. Like, it's just you and your horse and your crow. like, okay, girl, have fun. Like,
isn't that, I was like, isn't that a children's book where it's like the little boy, the horse, and the crow? Am I crazy? That's hilarious, because I actually think that's a children's book. I'm gonna find out for you folks, but that's so funny. It like, you do doubt her for sure. You doubt her, where it's like in the beginning you're just like, this is the girl. This is okay. We're here for the ride, girlfriend.
Yeah. And the magic system is so cool, because it's like, if different like fae have different powers, and their eye color tells you what kind of power they have. So some of them have the power to like grow plants, and some of them have the power to like use wind and like water and that kind of stuff. And then there's this whole other island of like witches behind the ward, right? That's the Isle of Shab. And then you have these, crows at the end who kind of have their own power. Like, it's really neat how she's done that. I think
100%. Like, I think that's what makes this book so interesting, is the magic system is a little bit different, and there's so many different elements of the magic, right? Like, you have fae, you have halflings, you have shab, you also have those like wildlings that she encounters that are kind of like, they remind me of like Amazonians almost. Like, they're just, I think they're part human, but that have just kind of like gone wild. So. You have the crows, like, which are essentially like shapeshifters, I guess. There's like serpents, like there's a lot of different things. And then we do meet more characters from another place called Glassons or Glacians. Right. They are like ice fairies, basically. So it's like, there's a whole bunch of different things going on, but she ties it together so well within like this little bubble of how everything interconnects with the magic system. It's so cool.
Totally. So cool. The only complaint I have, like literally the only complaint, I was reading this on my Kindle, and the map at the front of the book, like I tried to zoom in and it gets all like pixely, and so I couldn't really, like, I didn't have a picture of the map in my head as I was reading. So like I now have a picture of a map in my head that's probably wrong. Yeah. But that's my only complaint. And if I really wanted to know, I would go buy the real book. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Which I might. It might be one of those where I liked it that much, I might go buy the physical copy, because it was great. It was so good.
Yeah.
What was your least favorite part outside of the map?
Yeah.
Not including
Good
Dante.
Question. Because I was going to say, obviously, that sex scene. Oh, gosh, I don't even know. Oh, you know what? When she's getting the crow, and it's not even that it like this is not like a bad part. It's not bad writing. It's not anything. It's really good part, but it's my own thing. Like I don't necessarily have a fear of drowning, but like water kind of freaks me out, especially like ocean water. And so the one where she's going into the sunken ship to get the one crow, and there's like, you know, you're like, oh my God, is she gonna get stuck? Is she gonna like drown? So I kind of read that like with one eye open, you know, like, oh God. But I don't think there's anything that I'm like, that was not great. Yeah. What about you?
No. I think this is just a testament to how good Olivia Wildenstein's writing is. I loathed meeting Zima Rossi so much, and like meeting her. Zima Rossi is her grandfather's mother, so it's her great grandmother. So she like convinces everyone that she basically like went on this epic adventure because she's going to be sentenced to some kind of punishment because of something she'd done. And as one last wish before she gets thrown into the canal to prove whether or not she has magic or not, because of the whole serpent charming thing, she's like, oh, I just traveled the continent to visit my great-grandmother and my relatives because I felt like it was worth it to see her. And let me tell you, you guys, this woman's a cunt. Like, I'm using that word. She is not a nice person. And I was reading that being like, I was like, this fucking bitch. Like, this poor girl. Like, obviously, I don't think Fallon really expected anything from her. I think she was just kind of like, I don't even know. But she meets this great-grandmother, and this woman is horrible to her. Horrible to her. Like, awful.
Yeah.
I'd say that's my least favorite part.
But then they kill her bird.
It's true.
and they bury her bird, so it's fine.
And they bury the bird, yeah. And then they bury the bird. Not to be confused with crow. Yeah. This one is a parrot.
No. Yeah. Dick of a parrot.
Yeah. What was your, like, the worst? What was your favorite part? Putting on the spot.
Good question. Oh, man. I don't know, but I keep remembering, like, I don't know if I would call this a favorite, but it stuck with me, where they're on their merry quest, and Fallon wants to eat like moss, essentially, because she's really hungry. Like, she doesn't have any food. Her food has fallen out of her bag, and she wants to eat moss. And I don't think she and Morgoth yet are able to communicate, but we learn that he, like, sends her a vision of what that does. And it's like the first time they're kind of bonding, right? Because the stuff that she wants to eat is super poisonous, and so he sends her a vision of somebody eating it and dying, essentially, and getting all bloated and gross and like disgusting. And Fallon doesn't like she doesn't eat meat. She doesn't like killing animals. She doesn't like she's very animal friendly, and so this like shocks her, and it's like the first time they communicate, and you can tell from that there's going to be a really good bond. And I thought that scene was really powerful, and I don't know why, to be honest, because it's kind of meh.
I forgot about that, actually. It's not that it's meh, but I think that's a good point. That is actually the first time that he like really communicates with her, because like he's kind of just following her around, and like she's kind of just like talking at this bird basically, and that's the first time, because he can't speak to her, so that's the first time he communicates, is like, here's this vision of this guy dying, don't eat that. Yeah, it is powerful, because it's the beginning of their journey. I love that. Yeah, that's a great pick.
Totally. What about you?
Mine's not necessarily like a part, But I just love Phoebus. Phoebus is Fallon's gay best friend, and everyone needs a
We love
Phoebes.
Phoebus.
I'm just gonna say we love Phoebes so much. He is the freaking best, and if anyone can like also provide great banter within this story, it's Phoebes. He's just amazing, and witty and funny, and like everything you want in like the best friend, while still holding her accountable on her shit, which I really love. I love that they didn't skip over any of that either. Like, he very much calls her on her shit, and doesn't sugarcoat it. He's just kind of like, this is who you
sure
are.
Does.
Like, face yourself, which I really love. I thought he was so well written and just, like, I wanted him as my best friend. I'm like, you're my bestie now, Phoebes. You and me. Yeah.
I know. Phoebes is the friend. So from the synopsis, Phoebes is the friend that has the rich family. And that they go to the vault and they find the first crow and all of that. And he's such a great character. I love him. He's a side character, but he, like, in this one you don't see his depth, but in books 2 and 3, like, he's got some really good depth.
Yep. 100%. Which I also like. Great job, Olivia, for writing these side characters that also have that depth, because it's so easy to just get lost in your main characters and not really put that kind of energy and work into the side characters. But I think it's so well worth it when authors do that, and she really knew how to do that with Phoebes, even with Antony. Like, as much as I didn't really like Antony, he's like one of her friends that takes her to that human revelry where she first sees the vision. Like, you don't really want to like him in a lot of ways, but he's well developed too. Yeah. Oh, puppers. Hello, puppers. Yeah.
She's saying hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And Antony.
Yeah.
I think there's a delay or something happening.
Yeah. We're on mixed feelings with Antony.
We are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you rate this book, and would you recommend it?
Yeah. Like 10 out of 10. Read it.
Yeah. As she said.
I loved it. Yeah, I loved it. Like, I absolutely would recommend it to people. I don't think it gets enough hype. Like, I had never heard of it before until we saw that one TikTok or reel or wherever we were watching. It's wonderful.
Yeah. And
what do you think?
It's a different, it's one of those books that prioritizes adventure over spice, which I mean, don't get me wrong, you get to the spice eventually, and it's well worth it. It is chef's kiss.
Yes.
Not in this book. We don't consider Dante's whatever to be a part of that. It is its own thing.
No.
But the rest of the spice in the rest of the series, the main male character's name is Lorcan, and she calls him Lore. And I made a joke to Courtney that I feel is fair to share again, where I was like, Sarah J. Maas only gave us So Lorcan Did, but Olivia Wildenstein gave us So Lorcan Did, and I will tell you all about it.
Yes, she did. I love that so much.
Well done. Yeah. 10 out of 10.
I love
Great
that.
Vibes. Would recommend. And yeah, did not get the hype that it deserves. It is so well written. It's so fun. It's an adventure. Like, I gobbled up the first 3 books like it was nothing. They were just so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Same.
Okay.
Same. What was it? Was it the second book at the end of it that I said, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to read the third one. I might move on to our next read, so I'm getting ahead. And you were like, the way it ends, you're going to want to read the third one immediately. And sure enough, I was like, oh, done. Download.
Yeah, like she left it so breadcrumbed and on a really great cliffhanger that you're like, well, shit, now I need to know what happens. And it's so good.
Yeah, exactly.
It is so good.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. If you like, again, it just didn't get the hype it deserves. I really feel like it's just one of those books that just got like kind of swept to the wayside by those huge like romantic juggernauts like The Fourth Wing and all that. Like, it's just. it deserves a bit more love. So if you've listened to this episode or you've watched it, go and read it because it is so good. And make this drink. Speaking of, how are you feeling about this beverage? I feel like I kind of know, but
I feel like I want to go make another one because I'm like almost done. So good.
Honestly, no judgment from me. It's
so good. What it's delicious. Like this might be the best one yet.
Really?
I think. I do.
Those are some
I really
bold
like
words,
it.
Cotton.
I know. But you were brilliant at the mixology situation.
I do my best. Okay, so we know it didn't get enough hype. We know we love this book. If you could give it 3-word summary to inspire someone to read this book, 3 words, what would you say to inspire somebody to read this book series?
Let's
putting on the spot.
Fucking go. You heard her.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go drink this and go read that book right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So what do you think? Should our dear readers who we still haven't decided on a name for, or dear listeners, should they continue to read this series?
Yes, absolutely yes. I think if you read the first book and you were like, I don't know, you're doing yourself a disservice by not finishing, at least trying out the second book, because I really think the series kind of just takes off after book 1. Book 2 is so fun, and the banter gets better and spicier, and we really get to meet Lorcan, and we really get to see kind of that world and Fallon's world just opening up. As you said, let's fucking go. So,
Totally.
you should read this series. It is so good.
Yeah.
And the books, they look daunting because they're I think they're 400 to 600 pages, but you know what? They're well worth it. And they'll fly by. Ha! Pun intended. Literally fly by.
Love that. There's a half book. There's a half book. I think it's 1.5. In between 1 and 2, it's 50 pages. And then I was on Goodreads and I was like, oh, there's a 3.5 too. But 3.5 is actually book 4 because it's 450 pages. So just a warning if you're on Goodreads and looking at the Kingdom of Crows series. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So good.
I just have to say, Olivia Wildenstein, if you ever hear this or are listening, I would absolutely love to be in your mind to understand how you decided to make this book, 1, so bloody brilliant, and 2, really Italian vibed. I'm not really sure where that came from, but I love it, and I'm so curious about your thought process. And also, I feel like you should just come on our podcast so we can talk to you about how awesome this series is, because it is so good. So that's me shooting my shot if you're listening.
I love it. And my question is, how do you make crows sexy? Because I feel like that's difficult.
And she did. There was parts of that where I was like, I want a feather tattoo. But not on my body, on my face. They did. I want to be a crow.
I know.
Anyways.
It's so cool. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. So yeah, not enough hype.
We're just gonna add these.
Olivia, good job. Thumbs up from us. Yeah.
5 tequila shots out of 5. It's more than just a margarita pizza.
Agreed.
Okay.
5 tequila shots.
With all that being said, I think that's it for today's episode of Pages and Potions podcast. So thank you so much for joining us while we drank our delicious Terespagian Sunset and talked about crow love and dipshit Dante and all the things that make up House of Beating Wings. And we hope dearly that you all take that book and take a chance on it and enjoy it, because it was so fun. If you end up reading it, tag us, comment, message. We love to hear from you guys. Our Instagram and TikTok handles are at Pages and Potions Podcast. And let us know what you think, because we always want to know. Next episode, we are going to be discussing the book that has the Xaden vibes from that TikTok that we watched from Listen with Brit. And this book is called Direbound by Sable Sorensen. Now, this one I'm really excited to read. I actually started it today and read the first chapter and was like, oh, this is going to be a different vibe than what we just read. And I'm so excited. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, stay tuned for that. I'm very excited to read that. And it's been getting some hype on Book Talk. So I'm curious to see where it goes. If you have any cocktail suggestions for that book or for future episodes, let us know. We're always open to suggestions. But in the meantime, stay spicy, keep spilling the tea, and we'll catch you next time. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Cheers.